Bada bing.
This
All
is
right.
actually.
Do it to it.
Is this thing on?
So old-timey.
So it's time for another old-timer radio play.
Brought to you by the Mind Reels Engine.
Mm-hmm.
So
what do we
today
got?
we're doing Lights Out. Lights Out is the series. The name of this play is called Ghost Party.
From
Coming
1937.
to Netflix.
1937, probably never.
Favorite year.
It's a good year.
And before we start, because we have our Patreon page up and some lovely patrons have joined us as of September, one of the tier rewards is the chance to ask a guest in the course of a month a question. However, we haven't really had guests for just an interview thing because we've been doing this so much more often that I thought I would open it up and see if anybody wanted to ask any of our guests a question. So I picked a name and it was Becky in Hawaii, and she shockingly has a question for Ms. Liz Whitmere.
I find it really hard to believe. Really hard to believe.
But she prefaces it with, "Oh boy, I love them all," and 3 exclamation marks. Ask Liz when her recent production will be viewable for us, because she's all in the Americas. If you know.
I believe Incorporated premieres November 30th. And then sometime after that, some indeterminate amount of time whenever the CBC deems it
Oh,
worthy, there will be some toppling of the patriarchy on Vermont Mysteries.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. It's always, you're feeling comfortable in a room when you leave the audition yelling, "Fuck the patriarchy."
Good for you.
Wow.
It wasn't scripted.
And
Really?
yeah, the hashtag audition
Yeah.
rolls.
Yes, yeah. If you could just do this at every audition going forward, just for me, and then it'll kind of thin the competition for me going forward.
Like, you just walk
That
up
would
and
be
be like,
great.
Liz Whitmore!
Yeah. She said, "Fuck the patriarchy."
Yeah. Thank you, good night!
Yeah.
Just put the
Is
table.
your glass intended to be empty? Or
Because I
No, I see.
I'm trying to be
Oh,
responsible
okay.
citizen. Because
Good for
my
you.
children's
Drove and sickly.
Yeah.
drove and sickly.
And the
Thank you.
best.
That's
Yes.
Well,
That's why I'm
Run
playing
around the table
champion.
Alright.
and get this bad boy started.
Alright.
Where do you want to start?
Should we just say who everybody's playing?
Let's say who everybody's playing.
Alright.
Who's a Laura Hope Cruise type?
I don't think you should. Because it's a plot twist.
Okay. Alright, so we
Nobody
have
heard that.
Very subtle. Very subtle now.
Liz Whitmere playing Jimmy.
Welcome back, guys.
yes.
We have Charlotte Hegele playing Ellen.
Third time, right?
Third time?
Yeah.
In this
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
and counting. She's catching up with Rainbow, so now it'll be
It's
like
gonna
a
be a race,
throwdown
yeah.
between
First time he's over here.
one first timey and Pirvu. Pirvu, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Do people ever say Pirvu?
Yes.
Perfect.
Playing Mr. Hinkle. Bald,
Mr.
meek, Mr. Hinkle.
Small, bald-headed, and meek. Here we go.
We have other first timer Natalie Brown playing Mrs. Hinkle.
Yeah.
She'll get some body
Fast
shaming in the
talking
script, so we don't need
side.
to
Go
talk
figure.
about her.
That's my woman.
Various voices whenever I pay attention to the script is me. The butler is being played by Tim.
Otherwise, Jeff.
And Natalie
That's
Krill
right.
is also here.
I am just here.
Like a
Natalie
fly on the
Krill
wall.
has also joined us.
Just,
Very unlikely
just
to say
wanted to
any
be
words
here.
She's here for the wine.
in any particular manner.
We are drinking
So glad
Coffee
you're
Ridge.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Generously
Thanks
provided
for
by
having
Natalie
me.
Brown.
Yeah.
Back from the dead red.
Yes.
That's
In
very
melty
nice.
cups.
That's not
It
a
is
spoiler.
nice.
Ooh. Good on the nose, huh?
Ah, man.
Doing the nose of the wine?
It's called Ghost Party. I mean, the nose of the wine.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Oh, I just hurt my chest.
Alright,
Boom.
let us begin.
Okay, what was you gonna say?
Lights
I
out,
think we
Ghost
should-
Party, April
Wanna do it
21st,
now, or when she
1937.
does
when
it?
she
Oh, yeah.
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 It'll come.
Right.
Lights out, everybody. Let's just say there's 12 chimes.
Ding, 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 ding.
Wind up on the 11th. All out with gong. Fade in of 2 people walking slowly along concrete walk. Hold for a few seconds, then down and continuing behind. Take all these speeches softly, easily. The scene is a boy and a girl walking along a quiet, shady street at dusk.
Ah, it's a great night, isn't it?
Yes,
It's good to be alive in the spring.
it's good to be alive anytime.
The night air is so soft.
Yes.
Like your lips.
Oh, darling.
I wish we didn't have to go there.
So do I.
There'll be a house full of loudspeakers trying to out-talk each other.
Can't we sort of just forget to go, Jim?
Not a chance! If I didn't show up to one of Mrs. Hinkle's parties and she got wise to it, tomorrow morning I'd be reading the want ads. And worrying where I'd get the money to meet that next payment on that engagement ring.
Silly.
Silly is right. That fat old tub owns stock in just about every business in this town. You go to her parties when you're invited or else.
It seems a pity to waste such a glorious night.
If it were just a plain party, it wouldn't be so bad, but one of Mrs. Hinkle's?
But are they as bad as all that, Jim?
Worse! The woman's got a party complex. She thinks she's the daring type, but actually the last time she had an original idea was just this side of the Civil War. She's built like a battleship, and the only thing she does outside of clipping coupons off her bonds is think up screwy ideas for screwier parties. Wait till you see her.
I'm looking forward to it. What about Mr. Hinkle?
He makes a fit partner for her. He's as small as she's big, but he's about as party cuckoo as she is. You're both really pretty. Yeah, and on top of it, he's one of these practical jokers.
No!
It's a fact. Palm ticklers and itch powder and water squirting out of flowers buttonholes and all that kid stuff. I tell you, the pair of them are enough to make a person sick.
Have we much further to go, Jimmy?
No, unfortunately, it's just around the block. I sure wonder what screwy idea they've got cooked up their tongue.
Do you mean all of their parties are different?
Yeah, different and yet the same. The last one I went to, she had the house fixed up like the inside of a barn. Cows and chickens wandering around the parlor and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, you're fooling.
So help me. After the liquor started circulating, somebody found that one of the hens had laid an egg and he popped somebody with it and the fun began. They threw everything around but the cow, and if it wasn't for the fact that the Hinkles have a bank account big enough to choke an ostrich farm, the whole shebang would have landed in the hoose cow.
Oh my goodness, Jimmy, I don't think I want to go to their party. I mean, if it's that way, if that's the way they are.
Oh, don't worry. I understand that tonight the Hinkles are having just a quiet evening at home. I hope.
I don't like the way you said I hope. Jimmy, do you hear what I hear?
Yep, that's their place, all right.
Whoop whoop. A nice quiet evening at home, eh?
You should hear the Hinkles when they really get going.
Oh, do we have to go there? Do we really, Jimmy?
Ours is not to question why. All we can do is go there and hope to heck she isn't throwing a circus party with a couple of lions running loose.
I'll do more than hope, Jim. I'll pray.
Thumbs up.
Okay. And while you're praying, pray that Mr. Hinkle doesn't pull any of his pet practical jokes on us. His idea of good, clean fun is to wire up a chair with electricity and then shock the back teeth out of anyone who sits down in it.
Ooh, stay close to me, Jimmy. Stay close.
Quiet, everybody! Quiet, please! Quiet!
He's gonna make us smile.
Oh, it's nice.
There we go.
All right.
That's not a fish.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to that queen of party makers, none other than my own dear wife. Thank you, dear friends, thank you. It does my heart good to know that you appreciate these little gatherings, which have come to mean so much, I'm sure, to the social life of our community. But enough of that. As you all know, I pride myself, if I might use the word, on the originality of my little parties. Well, as you know, we've done just about everything at these parties. That is to say, everything really clever. So tonight, I simply rack my brains for something that just hadn't been done before, and I'm sure, when I tell you what it's all about, you'll agree with me that it's going to be quite a treat indeed. In fact, if I do say so myself, never in all the many years I have been entertaining folks have I ever had the good fortune of thinking of as clever and original and entertaining an idea as I've thought of for tonight. It'll thrill you. I simply know it will.
I don't like the look in that woman's eye.
Oh, don't be silly. She's not as terrible as you said she'd be. I'll bet she's going to say that we're going to have a play the post office or, oh, Puss in the Corner.
Honestly, what is that?
It's when 4 people are in the corner and then there's a person in the middle of the room. And then they try to switch spots. And then,
Oh.
and then the puss, the kitty, the girl in the corner has to try and catch them.
Oh.
It's a post office is a make-out game where the boys go in one room and the girls go in the other and they have to make out.
Really? Did you
I did my
That's pretty
research.
cool.
What?
Well done.
How did she get a sneak peek at this?
What?
Favoritism. And so it is with the greatest of pleasure that I announce the pièce de résistance of our evening entertainment, which I am sure will thrill all of you. None other than an actual ghost seance.
Oh my god!
Please.
Quiet, please! Mrs. Hinkle has something more to say, quiet!
Thank you, Mr. Henkel. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you all please, come into the next room and this seance will begin. Hurry now! The spirits in it must not be kept waiting. In here, please, please, in here.
I'm afraid of spirits. I don't know.
Open it.
I don't know. Oh, it's gonna be dark.
Oh, Jimmy, I don't like this.
Ah, don't worry. We'll just sit around in a circle and hold hands. I won't mind that part of it.
A ghost seance? Is that woman's idea of fun?
Oh, it's all right, dear. I think we can sneak out now and she'll never know what happened to us. The old battle axe. What?
Here comes the Hinkles.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, there you are, Jimmy. Now you and your young lady get right in here with the rest. Right in. The spirits and the ghosts are waiting. Now everyone take a chair around the table quickly. Please.
Sit here.
All right.
This chair is not comfortable.
Now, everyone, join hands. Everyone, join hands. Mr. Hinkle, would you turn off the light?
Mama, where are you?
Here come the spirits with it. Hey.
Mr. Hinkle, can you turn off another light?
Right, my dear.
Oh!
What was that?
Oh, Jimmy, I wish I was home.
Say, this is nothing. You ought to see the Hinkle's really bright ideas. I bet they're the ones who started the San Francisco earthquake.
Bring it on, ghost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid of no All right, ladies and gentlemen, please. We cannot expect to have the proper contact with the spirits unless we are silent.
Thank you, Mr. Hinkle. Those are my sentiments exactly. The spirits. Ah, the spirits. Where are the spirits?
On the spirit of 1736, oh yeah!
Friends, now please, this is a serious affair. Mrs. Hinkle's trying to awaken the spirits of the departed.
Thank you. Mr. Hinkle, you must do something. We must have quiet. How can I contact the spirits of our forefathers?
You hear, ladies and gentlemen? Quiet. Quiet, please.
Oh, Jim. How long is this going to go on for? Let's try to sneak out now.
I can't, Ellen. I just can't. If old Eagle Eye found out.
Oh, this silly nonsense, sitting in the dark and holding hands as if...
Wait!
Now, quiet. No more whispering, if you please. If any of you think that this seance which I am about to conduct is not perfectly serious, I assure you emphatically that it is. You see, last week, I went to see one of the greatest in existence, and she told me I, myself, was a medium. Yes, I, myself, am psychic. Isn't that true, Mr. Hinkle?
Absolutely, my dear. He said you were positively psychic.
Now hold on tightly to your neighbor's hands, and I will go into a trance. Here I go.
She's been in a trance all her life.
Quiet, let's see what she does.
I am now in a trance. I am now the voice of the world beyond.
Sure you are.
Wow, of all the scummy parties, the voice of the other world.
She sounds like the voice of fatty degeneration.
I bring you my spirit control. Listen to him.
Quiet, please.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Oh, spirits of the other world, speak and bring us wisdom.
Of all the nonsense, that woman isn't a medium, is she, Jimmy?
She's medium crazy, that's what she is.
Jimmy,
Huh?
why did you stand up?
What?
It's so dark, but I see you standing by me. Why don't you sit down?
But I am sitting down.
Then